Hi there, quilting friends. It's Carolina Moore, your favorite sewing and quilting YouTuber. And today I'm doing day 3 of the mini quilt advent. If you're new around here, check the announcement video, go down into the description, and I have links to everything that you'll need to get all caught up. There may be a few of these advent calendars left, but no promises. They do sell out quickly, and they've been on sale. They were pre-order several months ago. So I did order some extra, and there might be a couple left. So if you're interested, go get it now while you still can. All right, for those of you joining for sewing our mini quilt advent blocks, let's get started. Okay, as I've mentioned, make sure that you're subscribed to this channel. This helps my videos be seen more, and the more my videos are seen, the more sense it makes for me to make more videos. So please make sure you're subscribed and share my channel with some friends and let them know that they should be watching as well. I have lots of videos, not just the advent videos. Okay, so we have our template again with our paper on there. So we're going to grab all 3 layers, that top layer, and let's see if I can do both front layers at the same time. There we go. There we go. So 2 layers on one side and then 1 on the back. And you can tell which is the front and which is the back because the front means that you can read those letters. So there were 2 on this front and 1 on this back, and this is our shape for today. So we're going to look at our instructions. We need to cut 3 of these 3.5-inch half square triangles and 1 of our large, which means that our day 2 template we're not using. I'm going to take this day 2 template and I'm going to put it right in my bag so that I don't lose it because I might need it for a future project. I've also taken the past patterns and tucked them in here so that I have them if I want to make any of these blocks in the future. Okay, so now we get to pick our fabric, and we can do, so this has a dark, a medium, and a light. Doesn't mean that's where you have to put your dark, medium, and light. You can put them wherever you want. So this is what I did for the version that I did with a fat quarter bundle. I already used this very similar triangle for my half yard bundle, so I definitely don't want to do that same. Let's see, what do I want to do? Okay, I haven't used this fabric yet. I haven't used this one. I haven't used this one. And I love those fussy cut trees in there. Let's see. Okay. I have already used this fabric, but I'm going to reuse it anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my big piece out of this, and this is directional, so I need to pay attention to how I place that. And then this tiny piece, I'm going to fussy cut. And then these pieces I'm going to not fussy cut this time. So I'm going to do something different. Okay, so let's start with our big piece. I need to cut it like this on the directional fabric. Get this out of the way so I don't accidentally cut into my pattern. Be like this. And let me see, are there any, I mean, I'm getting a lot of good ornaments in there, so I'm good with that placement. Again, I have my nice sharp rotary cutter. Okay, so I've cut my one piece, and that's that template. And now I'm cutting this piece. and I want to cut it basically the same direction, but smaller. Now I've already done a focus on that Christmas tree, so I want to focus on something different this time. This little hot cocoa stand. Ooh, that looks cute. Okay. There we go. I'm getting these two people, the hot cocoa stand, that bench, and that tree. And I'm cutting off some of this little pond, but I'm okay with that. I'm getting the parts that I really want. There we go. So I'm just going to cut one of these. Super graceful when you're cutting around templates. Now, if rotary cutting makes you nervous, you can absolutely trace around these templates and then cut with scissors. That's totally fine when you're doing templates. You have that option. So if that option is better for you, use that option. You have it. Okay, so now we need to cut our other 3 pieces. And I decided I wanted this cute gingerbread fabric for that. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to leave it double layered here. If you have a fat quarter, you could fold it in half. And that'll let me cut 2 of these out at the same time. This is not a directional fabric, and I'm not worried about fussy cutting any specific piece. So I'm just going to cut around this. There we go. And then I just need to cut one more. So pull that off. There we go. And then when I put these close to each other, I want to see where I've overcut to make sure that I don't get that overcut into my project, into my new piece that I'm cutting, which yes, would put that overcut into my project. And that'll weaken your seam allowance at best, and at worst, you'd actually end up with a hole in your quilt block. So we don't want that. There we go. So now I have 3 of them. Okay. So I'm going to set this aside. I have my pattern, and I'm going to lay out my block. Now when you lay out the block, if you lay it out like this, don't be concerned that this big triangle is obviously too small for all of these. These still have all their seam allowance in them. So this will shrink up when it gets sewn together, and it should fit perfectly into your bigger triangle. As long as your seam allowances, when you stitch your seam allowances, you're good. And when you do good pressing, everything will fit together. Like, right? Chef's kiss. Okay, so I've done all my cutting. I'm going to take these 2, put them together, and stitch with that 1/4 inch seam allowance. Keep forgetting that I have these fabulous reading glasses that'll allow me to see exactly what I'm doing. Press this towards my gingerbread. There we go. Double check my fit. And now I'm going to stitch one on one side and then press, and then the other on the other side. And the reason I press between is because this seam will actually overlap that seam. And we always want to press before we stitch over a seam. So anytime we stitch over a seam, it should already be pressed. There we go. So let's go ahead and press this one. Lay it back down, make sure that everything is directional the way it should be. Looks good. I'm going to flip this one over and press it as well. Okay, there we go. And so now one more seam, just stitching these together. And now I'm pressing this again, just like we did in block 1, towards the large. Even though it's not the dark, we are going to press towards that large triangle, because then all this extra bulk isn't going to get overlapped back on itself. And there we go. This is the block that I made today. This is the block that I made before. You can see exact same pattern design, but changing out the fabrics just gives it a different look. So both great options. Obviously you can make your own option. I would love it if you would take pictures of your blocks and tag hashtag mini quilt advent 2022, as well as tag me at Craftmoore, CRAFTMOORE, on these blocks so I can see your progress. I just love seeing that. If you haven't already subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. If you have any questions or comments, you want to let me know how you're doing on your blocks, just go ahead and put those down below. I love seeing your comments. And hit the thumbs up button so YouTube knows it was a good video. Friends, if you're joining along, this was day 3. We're already a quarter of the way through our mini quilt advent. I can't wait to do day 4, and I'll be back with that tomorrow morning. Bye for now, my friends.